Alright, I'm here with Reese Parchment, founder, or one half founder of Birmz Is Grime. So Reese, tell us what Birmz Is Grime is all about.
Well, basically, Birmz Is Grime says it in the name, like, you know what I mean, just like basically representing grime and anything urban or grimy for Birmingham City, you know what I mean, like, we do events, t-shirts, music. We're looking to do some mixtapes for like Birmingham artists, like get all their CDs together, all the singles of other artists putting out singles in Birmingham, putting them together for a mixtape. We want to hopefully do things abroad with Birmz Is Grime and that, just everything really, you know what I mean, hats, everything in it, merchandise.
So why is it that you want to branch out into all these different areas, into clothing, not just beat making but clothing and events and stuff? Because
especially with, I think grime is like an undeveloped, it's an undeveloped stage, like where hip hop was, like a decade ago, like 10 years ago, you know what I mean? Like, and I think like with the hip hop scene, it's more than music, you know what I mean? It's like clothing, everything in it, everything, clothing, TV shows, everything, like, you know what I mean? It's surrounded by hip hop, like, and I think that's where grime needs to go, like, has their own appearance or their own look about it, like, you know what I mean? Grime artists have their own look and their own clothing and their own kind of style, and that's what we want to try and bring through with the clothing. And because I think the music's there, I think it needs to be promoted a bit more, get a bit more. If there was more people like me and my bro promoting it and that, it would be,
things would be better.
Yeah, things would be much better. Like if there was a few, but it's only us at the moment. There's a few other people, but they're not doing it as good. You know what I mean? So
very frank there, frank there. So you're saying that grime has to have a different look. Would you say the look at the moment, the current stage, is, you say it's quite negative, or
I wouldn't say
the music itself?
I wouldn't say it's negative, because that's what grime is. Grime represents, you know, things that are not too good in life, like, you know what I mean. That's what it is. Like, if you didn't want it to be negative, you would do pop in it, like, you know what I mean. So I think at the moment it is quite negative, but so is hip hop. But hip hop is selling, you know, how many millions and that. You've listened to Lil Wayne's mixtape, ain't you? The Carter is like, that's pretty negative and that, you know what I mean? But he's look how many he's sold and that, like, you know what I mean? I think grime is negative, and it will stay negative, like, you know what I mean? In light of other people, like, but that's how it has to be, you know what I mean? But it needs to move, it needs to be like more organised, like, you know what I mean? Not like what people say within grime and that, like, is quite negative, the things that they say, but it's only real, you know what I mean? It's real. But there's some people that put a downer on grime when, like, they don't actually do that kind of shit, you know what I mean? Like, they don't actually kind of do that kind of stuff, but the people that are doing the stuff and doing it, it comes across in their songs, and people listen to it and know that they're talking the truth and that, like, you know what I mean? So in a way that I think it's negative, I think it is negative, but it's good negative, if you know what I mean.
So you're saying, like, from an artist's perspective, if they genuinely have been involved in gang stuff, they're being real by speaking So how, if you guys, I'm guessing you want to be an encouragement and role models, and I've noticed that you've got quite a lot of following of younger people. In what way would you like to be? I'm guessing you want to be a positive influence for them. What do you instill to be a positive influence in a negative genre?
Well, basically, it's like, if you can listen to the music and not do the thing, not do the stuff what people are talking about, like, unless you're an artist, it's different. If you're an artist listening to the music and you're a listener listening to the music, if you're listening to the music and you're like, you know what I mean, you don't do that kind of stuff, then there shouldn't be no negative effect on you. But obviously, if you're listening to negative things, you're gonna do negative things. But the thing is, like, that's what, like, if you're gonna say, it's grime, but it's more than grime because it's like things that's happening at the moment. So you need to look past further than grime, like, you know what I mean. You need to look at like why is things happening like this, you know what I mean. So peak grime artists are only talking about what's happening. So you need to look past grime. You need to look and think why they're talking about this, because things are actually happening. So you know what I mean. Like, so I ain't really got like a full-on answer for that, like, you know what I mean. Like, but the events need to be properly hosted and properly secure, so people feel safe. As long, like, it is a negative image that's coming off grime, but that's how it is. But it needs to be safe, you know what I mean. Like, especially in events and that, it needs to be safe. Like, I think that's the main thing. Like, negativity, but it needs to be safe. Safe negativity. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean.
Just when you were talking about that. The question before, I was just thinking about that. I think there's certain ways that you and your brother do in Birmz Is Grime. You go about your business in the right way by creating a safe environment for the people coming into what we call a negative genre. So in what ways do you create that safe environment at events? How do you go about that?
Basically, the first Birmz Is Grime that we had was at Custard Factory, and that's a big club, but it's in the centre of Birmingham, so you know, you need to expect all that kind of trouble and that, like, you know what I mean. All the gangs coming from like other areas and that coming down, like, and we had a bit of trouble and that, like, there. But now we've moved it to Merry Hill, which is like very far from the Birmingham city centre. So any of them troublemakers that are only there for trouble or down to just to rob things and that won't, you know, it's a kind of deterrent of how far away it is. Like, so now we just get coaches, and the people that love to hear that kind of music or want to have a good time out, like, you know what I mean, get on the coaches, and it's an hour journey to somewhere safe like Merry Hill, like, you know what I mean, where there ain't loads of negative people around, like, you know what I mean. So I think that's the way that we're gonna format it in the years to come and that, you know what I mean. So
yeah, definitely. So you've had Birmz Is Grime just went, was it the 21st?
21st. It was on a Monday, yeah. And for a Monday, a couple of days before Christmas, and how cold it was, and during the session, it went very, 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 very well. Like, you know what I mean. Everyone that the next day, everyone's text messaging me, messaging me on Facebook saying, yeah, it was a sick night. When's the next one? The coach was good. Had loads of alcohol on there, and you know, that kind of stuff, and everyone just enjoyed their night and that. And then we had people from Merry Hill going down there that's never been to one of their events, and they was loving it as well. Like, so hopefully, well, we know that we spread the word in down Merry Hill now, and people are speaking about Birmz Is Grime down Merry Hill. So you know what I mean. So when it comes to the big events, when we're bringing down London people and we're bringing down big artists and that, it's just gonna go off, like, you know what I mean. It's gonna be like a very big night, providing like we've got the security and all of that kind of stuff. But the next Birmz Is Grime, we're looking to have Valentine's. So we're just working on that at the moment. Me, my bro, Mr. Lister, we're just working on that at the moment.
So it sounds like every little step of the way, you're getting noticed a bit more and more, branching out. You know, if you end up branching out into like London and stuff, I think you'll have to change the name. Not Birmz Is Grime, call it London or UK Is Grime.
Nah, but basically we want to take Birmz Is Grime as, like, you know what I mean, like French Connection UK, like French Connection. Like, but that's in England now, you know what I mean, like, and all of that kind of stuff. So you know where it's coming from, but we want to take Birmz Is Grime round everywhere, like, you know what I mean. There's a lot of brands, that is being originated from different cities, but still kept their name, and it's just keeping their like kind of identification, like, you know, of the brand, you know what I mean. So when we expand, we don't want to change the name. We just want to let people know that Birmz Is Grime, like, you know, like we've got talent. And it's not just grime music that we're looking to promote, but